Hello and welcome back. You are listening to the WeCyberYou Unlocked podcast. Looking at the notes for today, I had this memory.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those old emails from a prince somewhere, all caps, asking for a wire transfer? We used to laugh at those.
Oh, completely. It was like a cartoon villain trying to use the internet. But what we're looking at today,
Yeah, the laughter stops really, really quickly.
it does. We aren't dealing with clumsy anymore. This feels industrial.
It is.
So today we are doing a deep dive into this really comprehensive article from WeCyberYou. It's called Investment and Cryptocurrency Fraud. And I have to say, this is some of the most unsettling stuff we've covered because it targets something we all have: hope.
That's a great way to put it. It's not just about stealing money. It's weaponized psychology. The whole landscape has it's just shifted so dramatically.
How so?
Well, the scammers aren't just, casting a wide net anymore. They're targeting very specific vulnerabilities in our nature. And as the WeCyberYou article points out, the sophistication is just through the roof. Right. And to set the table here, the source makes it so clear that this isn't about intelligence. I think there's this stereotype, that scams only work on people who aren't tech savvy.
Mm-hmm.
But the victims here, they're CEOs, doctors, people who are seasoned investors. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have a bank account and a pulse, you are a target.
Spot on. Intelligence actually doesn't help you much here because these scams, they run on emotional triggers, not IQ tests. Specifically, they prey on FOMO.
The fear of missing out.
Exactly. We live in this era where you see headlines, right? Teenagers becoming crypto millionaires overnight on TikTok. That creates this low-level anxiety in people. They feel like they're missing the boat.
That feeling of, why isn't that me?
Yes. And the scammers, they don't create that feeling. They just find it and they exploit it. They offer you a ticket to that exclusive club.
So our mission for this deep dive is to basically deconstruct that exploitation. We're going to look at how these frauds work, the specific tech they use to trick your eyes, and yes, they can trick your eyes, and how they drain accounts before any alarm bells go off.
And we really need to start with the definition because fraud is a huge term. But WeCyberYou narrows it down. We are looking at sophisticated schemes designed to deceive you into transferring money or crypto into what you think is an investment.
But in reality,
It's a black hole. It's a non-existent opportunity, or it's a completely manipulated simulation. You're not buying a stock. You're buying a story.
okay, let's talk about that story. The pitch. The article mentions this.
You got
This triad of promises that should be an immediate siren, but it acts like a magnet instead. What are they selling?
They're selling the too good to be true triad. First, high returns. Second, fast returns. And third, and this is always the kicker, guaranteed returns with little or no risk.
Which, if you've ever just lived in the real world, you know that's impossible. Risk and reward are tied together. You can't have one without the other.
Rationally, yes. You know that. I know that. But the scammers are banking on bypassing your rational brain. They want to hit you right in the emotional center.
So what's an example of that?
If I say, I can get you 7% a year in an index fund, you probably fall asleep. But if I say, I can get you 20% a week with my proprietary AI trading algorithm that never loses, well, suddenly you're leaning in.
Proprietary AI algorithm. That's the modern buzzword salad, isn't it?
It is. They just wrap the scam in the language of the moment. Right now, it's AI. It's crypto. 10 years ago, it was, .coms or something. The wrapper changes, the mechanics don't.
And how do they get this pitch in front of you? The WeCyberYou source says they're sliding into your DMs, social media, online ads. But the one that stood out to me, and honestly, it gave me the creeps, was dating apps.
That is a particularly cruel vector.
It's so personal. It's not business.
That's the point. The article calls it a slow burn approach. This isn't a smash and grab. You don't match with someone on Tuesday and get asked for Bitcoin on a Wednesday. They groom the victim.
The text mentions friendly conversations.
Friendly and long. They might talk to you for weeks, even months. They ask about your job, your family, your stress. They're building a psychological profile. They become a friend, a mentor, sometimes a romantic interest. Trust comes first.
So when the topic of investing finally comes up, it doesn't feel like a pitch.
That's the whole key. It feels like a secret being shared between friends. Oh, you're worried about your mortgage? Yeah, I was too, until my uncle showed me this platform. It feels organic, or at least it's scripted to feel organic.
That is just insidious. It completely bypasses that stranger danger reflex because they aren't a stranger anymore. And speaking of personas, the WeCyberYou article lists a few masks they wear. It's not just the romantic partner.
No, they love to project authority. They'll pose as investment professionals, crypto traders, financial coaches, and they dress the part. If you're on a video chat, they might be in a suit with a Bloomberg terminal in the background.
Which is probably fake.
It's almost always a green screen or just a YouTube video on a loop.
The source also mentions they impersonate celebrities and trusted organizations. We've seen this with those deepfake videos of tech billionaires, right?
Oh, it's massive. They take a real video of a famous CEO.
Yeah.
They use AI to clone their voice, and they have them say, "Send me 1 Bitcoin and I'll send you 2 back."
It sounds so ridiculous when you say it out loud like that. Send 1, get 2.
It does. But when you see it on your screen and it has 50,000 fake likes and a bunch of bot comments saying, "This works, I just got my payout,"
Yeah.
that social proof kicks in. You start to think, well, maybe I'm the one who's out of the loop here.
Okay, so let's say they've hooked you. You trust this person or this avatar. How do they actually get the money? The article details this tactic called the test investment. Walk us through that. This feels like the point of no return.
This is maybe the most dangerous part of the whole trap because it simulates safety. They don't ask for your life savings up front.
There'll be a red flag.
A huge one. So they say, start small. Just try it with $50, $100. See for yourself.
Which seems reasonable, low risk. If I lose $50, okay, I'm annoyed, but I'm not ruined.
Right. So you transfer the $100. And this is where the technical side gets really sophisticated. The source talks about them using fake dashboards and fraudulent trading platforms.
These aren't just generic websites then.
No. These are often incredibly polished. They have moving charts, real-time tickers, account balances, customer support bots. I mean, to the untrained eye, it looks exactly like a platform like Coinbase or Fidelity.
Wow.
But the WeCyberYou article notes the critical detail. These platforms are controlled entirely by the scammers.
So it's a video game.
It's effectively a video game, yeah. You log in, and you see your $100 has become $150 in like 24 hours.
But that $50 profit isn't real.
It's just pixels on a screen. The scammer literally typed that number into a database. But you don't know that. You just get a dopamine hit. You think, wow, the system works. My friend was right.
And I'm guessing they might even let you withdraw that initial profit.
Sometimes, yes. That's the long con part. They'll let you pull out that $50 to prove it's liquid. Once that money hits your real bank account, your skepticism just evaporates. You think, I tested it. It's legit.
And that's when they go for the jugular.
That is when your friend comes back and says, see, now imagine if you had put in $50,000. You'd make $25,000 in a day. The source explains this is what pushes people to make those huge deposits.
People start liquidating assets.
Everything. Retirement funds, home equity lines of credit. They pour it all into this fake platform, just watching the fake numbers go up and up and up.
It's the illusion of success. You feel like a genius investor, but really you're just feeding a meter that goes nowhere.
Until you try to cash out.
The end game. The article calls this the fee scam phase. I found this part especially brutal because the victims already lost the money, but the scammers aren't even done yet.
No. They're trying to squeeze blood from a stone. When you finally hit withdraw on that fake dashboard, it doesn't work. You get an error. And customer support, who is just the scammer in a different chat window,
right,
they tell you, oh, for security reasons or because of tax laws, you need to pay a 10% clearance fee to unlock your funds.
And because you think you have, say, $200,000 sitting in that fake account, paying a $20,000 fee seems worth it to get the rest out.
It's the sunk cost fallacy in real time. So you pay the fee. Then there's another fee, a blockchain gas fee, an SEC verification fee. They will just keep inventing hurdles until you literally have nothing left or you finally realize it's all a lie. Ghosting. The website goes down, the friend blocks you, the WhatsApp number is disconnected. It's all gone.
This brings us to the crypto part of this.
Yeah.
Why is crypto the engine for this? Why not just ask for a bank wire?
So the WeCyberYou source outlines a few key things that make crypto perfect for this. First and foremost, it's irreversible.
Okay, right. If I wire money from my bank and call them 5 minutes later saying it's a fraud, there's a chance. A slim one, but a chance they can freeze it.
With Bitcoin or Ethereum, once that transaction is confirmed on the blockchain, it is final. It's like digital cash. There is no central bank you can call. There is no undo button.
The article also mentions that it's difficult to trace, which I've always found a little confusing because isn't the blockchain supposed to be a public ledger?
It is public, but it's pseudonymous. You can see where the money went from wallet A to wallet B, but you don't know who owns wallet B. And the source mentions a specific tactic scammers use. They move the funds between dozens of different wallets and exchanges really, really fast.
Like a digital shell game.
Exactly. They use tools called mixers or tumblers that blend their dirty crypto with thousands of other transactions, and it just makes the trail almost impossible to follow.
So it's a dead end.
For most people, it's a dead end.
Yeah.
The article says recovery is nearly impossible.
Which brings us to the impact. I mean, we're talking about numbers. But the WeCyberYou article makes a point to really emphasize the human cost. This isn't just, I lost some money.
No, for so many of these people, it's, I lost my future. We're talking life savings. But beyond the financial ruin, the source highlights the emotional distress.
I can only imagine. The shame alone must be just overwhelming, especially if you were groomed by someone.
You're mourning two things at once: the loss of your money and the loss of that relationship. You thought you had a friend, a partner, and it turns out they were just a script. That kind of betrayal, it breaks people.
And there's even a secondary risk mentioned, identity theft.
To set up these fake accounts, the scammers often ask for KYC, know your customer documents, to make it look legit.
Right.
So they'll ask you to upload a photo of your passport, your driver's license, a utility bill.
So even after they take all your money, they have your full identity packet to sell on the dark web.
It is the gift that keeps on taking.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, this is all sufficiently terrifying. But the point of this deep dive isn't just to scare people, it's to arm them. WeCyberYou provides a really solid list of warning signs. Red flags. Let's run through them.
The biggest one, loud and clear, is the promise. Guaranteed returns, unusually high returns, low risk. If you hear those three things in one sentence, just close the browser.
The market just doesn't offer guarantees. If someone's offering you 10% a week, it is a scam, period.
Second red flag, pressure. Scammers operate on urgency. They hate time because time lets you think. It lets you Google them. So they'll say things like, this opportunity expires in an hour, or you have to act now.
A legitimate investment will be there tomorrow. Warren Buffett is not texting you at 2 in the morning saying, buy now or miss out.
No, he is not. Another huge flag is the platform shift. This is so common in the dating app scams. They match with you on Tinder or Hinge, but they almost immediately try to move you to WhatsApp or Telegram.
And why do they do that? Is it just for privacy?
It's about evasion. The dating apps have moderation tools. They scan for keywords like crypto or investment, and they ban scammers. But the encrypted messaging apps are dark. Once they get you there, it's a free-for-all.
That's a really practical tip. If they're that desperate to leave the app, you have to ask why. What about payment methods?
Oh, this is a big one. Legitimate brokers accept bank transfers. Scammers ask for cryptocurrency, wire transfers to offshore accounts, or, and this is a massive red flag, gift cards.
Gift cards. The text mentions gift cards.
It does. If your financial advisor asks you to pay your initial deposit in Apple iTunes cards, you are being scammed. End of story.
It sounds funny, but I guess in the heat of the moment, people do it.
They do.
So those are the red flags. What about active defense? What does the WeCyberYou article tell us to actually do?
Skepticism is your primary shield. You have to operate with a zero-trust mindset with unsolicited offers. If it lands in your inbox or your DMs, you have to assume it's hostile until it's proven otherwise.
And verification is key.
Essential. Don't trust the link they send you. If they claim they're from, Goldman Sachs, don't click their link. Go to Google, find the real Goldman Sachs website, call the main number, and ask for that person.
And 99% of the time, that person doesn't exist.
Or the real employee has no idea who you are. Do your own homework. You can check domain ages. If a trading platform claims it's been around for 10 years, but a quick search shows the domain was registered last week, run.
There's also a specific rule for our crypto users out there regarding keys.
Yes, never, ever, ever share your private keys or your recovery phrases. Not with a broker, not with a support agent, not with your internet girlfriend.
The article makes this crystal clear. No legitimate entity will ever ask for your private key. That is literally the key to your vault.
Giving that out is just handing over full control of your money. It's game over.
And finally, the source suggests seeking advice from regulated professionals.
Real people. People with a fiduciary duty to you. Before you wire 50 grand to a website you found on Instagram, pay a couple $100 to a licensed financial advisor to look at it. They will spot the fraud in 5 seconds.
It's cheap insurance.
It is the best investment you could possibly make in that scenario.
You know, when you look back at all of this, the psychology, the tech, the betrayal, it really boils down to gaps. Gaps in our digital literacy and gaps in our emotional defenses.
And the scammers are just filling those gaps with false hope. WeCyberYou, Really nailed the illusion of success part. The most dangerous element isn't the big lie, it's the little bit of truth, that small withdrawal, that friendly chat that they use to sell the big lie.
It makes the unsafe feel safe.
And that's why you have to be willing to question your own eyes. In this digital age, seeing isn't believing anymore. Verifying is believing.
Before we wrap up, I just want to pivot to a final thought. We've covered the mechanics, but there's a bigger picture here about how we operate online, right?
I've been thinking about that. The internet was built on this idea of connection, of openness. But these scams, they weaponize that very openness. And the thought I want to leave everyone with is this. In a world where a digital presence can be completely fabricated, trust has to be earned, not given. If an opportunity requires you to suspend your disbelief, if it demands secrecy from your family, and if it asks you to bypass all the normal safeguards, you have to ask yourself, who is really benefiting here? Is it you? Or is it the architect of the illusion?
That's the heavy question. Just because you want it to be true doesn't make it so. And usually if you have to hide something, deep down, you already know something's wrong.
Your gut knows before your brain does. You have to listen to it.
This has been a heavy deep dive, but a really necessary one. I hope this information helps keep your hard-earned money where it belongs in your account.
Awareness is that first step. Share this with your parents, your friends. Don't let them try to navigate this alone.
Absolutely. If you found this useful, and I think keeping your life savings safe is pretty useful, please follow the WeCyberYou Unlocked podcast. We're going to keep bringing you these deep dives into the threats that matter.
Don't just stop here. Go to the source.
Yes. Make sure you visit WeCyberYou.com. They provided the article for today's deep dive, and they have a massive library of educational cybersecurity content. It's a fantastic resource for staying ahead of the scammers.
Go check it out. Knowledge is really the only patch that works for human error.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Stay skeptical, stay verified, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.
Stay safe out there.